Chosen one, this message didn't find you by mistake. It didn't arrive randomly or land in your path by accident. It was sent, it was felt, and you, deep within, heard the call before the words ever touched your ears. There is a reason you're here, reading this, feeling this, breathing with it, because you, chosen one, have entered the current of something unstoppable. You've felt it building, the friction beneath your skin, the electricity in the silence, the sense that something invisible is gaining speed just beyond the veil of the ordinary. And you're right, it's happening. This isn't just another passing phase. This isn't another wave in the ocean of existence. This is the turning of a tide, the ending of a cycle, the thinning of a veil, the great unraveling of all that was once hidden. And you were never meant to stay behind. You were always meant to rise. Can you feel it? That strange pull towards something greater, that ache for something real, something that lives outside the noise. It's not a fantasy, it's a frequency, a pulse that has always been beating beneath the illusion, and now that illusion is cracking. You're beginning to see the fracture lines, in the stories you were told, in the roles you were handed, in the walls you were taught to build around your own knowing. Those walls are falling, and behind them your truth is waiting. This is the call, not to become something new, but to remember who you've always been. You didn't come here to blend in. You came to overtake, to rise above what once held you, to break the pattern, to shift the current. And no matter what you've been told, no matter how long you've felt behind, this is your time. You will overtake. Soon. And it begins now. Before we go deeper, pause, yes, pause. Let this moment be intentional. This is not background noise. This is not another distraction in a world full of them. This is a threshold, and you are standing at its edge. Breathe, not just with your lungs, with your being. Feel what surrounds you, the stillness, the charge, the quiet certainty that this isn't just content. This is activation. The ones who came before you knew this moment would come. They left signs, symbols, echoes in the patterns of time. And now you, chosen one, are walking the path they carved, not to repeat it, but to surpass it, because you weren't made to follow. You were designed to exceed, to overtake. And it begins when you accept what has always lived within you. Write it now, not as a comment, as a declaration. Type, I'm not behind. I'm rising. 77. Do you know what that does? It signals, it shifts, it pierces through the layers of the digital and moves through the invisible, because intention carries frequency. And when you match your thought with action, even something as simple as a written word, you create movement, not just here, out there, in the places where destiny is written and rewritten by those who dare to believe in more. You've always sensed it, haven't you? That this life, this world, was never the full picture, that something was missing, incomplete, distorted, fabricated. And now you're beginning to understand why. Because this was never meant to be the end. This was the setup, the disguise, the deep sleep before the sudden awakening, and you, chosen one, have started to wake up. You've felt the timing, you've seen the signs, and you know, even if no one else does, it's close. The convergence is real. What once felt scattered now begins to align. What once felt meaningless now pulses with significance. What once felt far away now burns at the edge of your senses. You are not just observing this shift, you are part of it. Your energy is not background, static. It is a signal. You're not here to absorb what happens. You're here to influence it, to create, to move, to rewrite. And the moment you accept that, the illusion begins to fall apart. Look around. Do you see it? Systems collapsing. False. Foundations shaking. Old paradigms struggling to hold on. This isn't coincidence. This is the unraveling, and while others fear it, you recognize it. You feel at home in the chaos because you were made for what comes after. You are the answer they didn't know they'd need. You are the wave they tried to hold back, and now that wave has risen, you were never behind. That was the illusion. You were being prepared. While others ran, you were built. While others shouted, you listened. While others chased shadows, you stood in stillness because something inside you knew. The real race hasn't even started yet. And when it does, you will not just keep up. You will overtake. This journey is not about proving your worth. You are already worthy. It's not about chasing more. It's about remembering what was always yours. And now, that remembrance begins to surface. You feel it in the way you breathe. You see it in the patterns. You hear it in the silence between thoughts. This is the shift. It has started, and no one can stop what's coming. The energy is rising. The signs are everywhere. The invisible is becoming visible. Have you ever felt like the words on a screen were speaking directly to the part of you that never needed proof? Only permission. If something awakened as you read this, don't keep it inside. Write your declaration in the comments. I'm not behind, I'm rising. 77. Speak it into the field. Let the energy move through your fingers and into the frequency that's already shifting around you. And if this message met you right where you are, don't forget to subscribe. More is coming. This isn't just a message, it's a movement. And your presence here means you're meant to rise with it. Don't scroll past your signal. The buried truths are rising to the surface, and soon, very soon, the world will know what you felt all along, that you were never late. You were simply waiting for the world to catch up, and now that it has begun, you lead. In the next part, we'll go deeper into the patterns that were placed to hold you back, into the unseen structures that tremble at your awakening. But for now, breathe in the truth. You are not preparing anymore. You are moving. You are aligning. You are rising, and the world will feel it. Chosen one. You were never lost. You were being rerouted, not by chance, but by intelligence far beyond your understanding. The places you cried in, they were altars. The seasons you didn't understand, they were instructions. Nothing you lived was wasted. No delay was meaningless. No heartbreak was purposeless. They were all messages, but not the kind spoken, the kind only understood through becoming. You weren't just being broken, you were being repositioned. The rejection, it wasn't a detour, it was a redirection, an urgent call away from what looked good but would have ruined you. You didn't lose time, you escaped false timelines. Timelines that weren't authored by heaven. Timelines that would have buried your gift under performance, distraction, or fear. And yes, at times you wondered, why me? Why this road? But now you're beginning to see you weren't cursed, you were called, you weren't forgotten, you were forged, in fire, in silence, in surrender. So, when others ask, how did you make it through? You won't need to explain, your very being will tell the story, because survival wasn't the goal, transformation was. Chosen one. You've felt the pressure lately, haven't you? That strange tightening in the space around you, the subtle unraveling of things once certain, the silent realization that the world isn't what it claimed to be, and now it's no longer a theory, it is unfolding right in front of your eyes. What once felt stable now crumbles. What once felt solid now shakes. What once comforted now feels foreign, because the old system is collapsing. And you, chosen one, were never meant to save it. You were meant to replace it. This shift isn't just happening around you, it's happening through you. The foundations of the false world are trembling because of the frequency you're holding, your thoughts, your presence, your refusal to comply with the script. They're not small, they're seismic. Every time you say no to what once controlled you, you shake the very framework of the illusion. And now, it's coming down, but you must understand something clearly. This collapse is not your destruction, it's your confirmation. You've spent your life walking through systems that were never built for your kind of spirit. You tried to fit, to bend, to be small enough to not be seen as a threat. But truth cannot be caged, and now neither can you. The institutions are losing their grip. The invisible hands once pulling strings from the shadows, they're slipping because their power was never real. It was borrowed, sustained only by your belief in their permanence. And now that belief is dissolving. You are taking your power back, and they can feel it. That's why the noise is louder now, why distractions flood your mind, why the pressure feels relentless, because they know that when someone like you stops playing their game, the game ends. So let this be your reminder. You are not here to fix the old. You are here to usher in the new, to walk differently, to speak differently, to vibrate differently. And in doing so, you don't just escape the illusion, you dismantle it. Pause now. Write this into the field. I was never meant to conform. I'm here to rebuild. 77. Type it not as a comment, but as a declaration. Let the frequencies pick up your signal. Let the illusion hear your refusal. You are aligning with what is rising, and when enough of us do that, the false can no longer hold. You've felt the discomfort in your surroundings. The way certain conversations now feel hollow, the way certain people now feel misaligned, the way your body reacts when you're in the wrong energy. This is your inner compass realigning. You no longer belong where truth is not welcome. And that's not a curse. It's your confirmation. You were not made to stay comfortable in collapse. You were made to lead through it. This is not a warning. This is a prophecy, not one of doom, but of becoming. Because what is dying now was never real to begin with, and what's rising within you has been waiting for this exact moment to activate. Every system is being tested. Every lie is being exposed. Every shadow is being illuminated. And in the center of it all, you stand awake, aware, and ready. Let's go deeper. You've noticed the signs, the numbers repeating, the dreams that echo, the strange timing of events that feel too perfect to be random. This is not coincidence. It's convergence, a weaving together of timelines and truths. Everything is accelerating because the false timeline is running out. And the real one? The divine one? You're on it now. But here's the part most people won't tell you. It won't always feel good. Truth rarely does. It strips you. It stretches you. It shows you the parts of yourself still tangled in the old. And when that happens, don't run. Stand in it. Let it clear you. Let it burn away the lie. Let it carve space for what's real. Because on the other side of that fire is clarity. The structures that once confined you are falling. And as they collapse, you may feel ungrounded. But remember, the fall is not failure. It's foundation making. You are not crumbling. You are being cleared. The illusion can no longer contain you. The system can no longer use you. The fear can no longer control you. And that terrifies them. But it liberates you. The others, those who still sleep, they won't see what you see. They'll call this chaos. They'll call you crazy. They'll call this awakening dangerous. Let them. You're not here for validation. You're here for truth. And truth is not fragile. It doesn't need to be defended. It simply stands unchanging until the world is ready to meet it. And you, chosen one, are already standing. The frequencies are rising, the veil is thinning, and the choice is here. Cling to what's falling, or rise with what's being born. There is no in-between now. There is no maybe. There is only, yes, I'm ready. Or no, I will stay asleep. And if you're still here, still feeling this, still breathing with these words, then you've already chosen. You're on the side of what's coming. Not as a witness, but as a participant. Final thought for this part. The collapse is not something to fear. It's something to honor, because through it, you reclaim what was always yours. Your voice, your knowing, your role, your frequency. This is your time. The shift has already begun, and in part 3, you'll begin to see why everything, yes, everything, had to happen exactly as it did. But for now, stand tall in the storm, because the storm is not against you, you are the storm. Chosen one, there is something you must know now, deep in your bones. None of this was random, not the timing, not the path, not even the pain. You didn't just happen upon this journey. You were placed in it on purpose, for purpose. Everything you faced wasn't to break you, it was to build you. All the nights that didn't make sense, the days that felt unbearable, the losses, the rejections, the strange silences, they weren't punishments. They were preparations. Every delay, every detour, every door that didn't open, it all served the greater design. Because this isn't just about you surviving, this is about you becoming. And you couldn't become by staying comfortable. You've been initiated in silence, trained in darkness, refined through fire, and now the time has come for you to understand. You didn't choose this path because it was easy. You were chosen by this path because you could carry what others could not. When others avoided the truth, you leaned into it. When others feared the unknown, you stood still and listened. When others begged for the noise, you found peace in the quiet, because something inside you knew. This life was not about blending in. This life was about breaking through. And now, that breakthrough is here. Can you see the pattern now? The events that once felt disconnected now fit together like a map. The people who left you, the ones who betrayed you, the ones who misunderstood you, they played their roles perfectly. They were the pressure that formed your diamond. Their absence carved space for your alignment. Their resistance strengthened your direction. They weren't the mistake. They were the mirror, revealing your power through their inability to see it. Type it into the atmosphere now. None of it was wasted. I was being prepared. 77. Let the universe hear your understanding. Let the field adjust to your knowing. This is how the shift solidifies. Not through struggle, but through clarity, and you are clearer now than ever before. Do you feel it? That sense of shedding old skins? That gentle grief for who you used to be? It's okay to mourn the former version of you, the one who tolerated too much, who questioned too long, who begged for signs you already carried within. That version of you was brave, but you don't need to be that anymore, because now you know. And once you know, you cannot go back. You've crossed the point of no return. The energy has shifted. You've said yes to the higher timeline, and that yes, it has already set things in motion. You may not see the full picture yet, but parts of it are becoming undeniable. Sudden releases, accelerated alignments, synchronicities too specific to ignore. These are not accidents. They're confirmations. Chosen one. The things that once blocked you, they no longer hold power because you no longer give them your frequency. That's how powerful you are, not because you force change, but because you become the change. The reality around you is shifting because your perception is purifying, and in that clarity, everything begins to rearrange. The path is opening, and yet, the final stretch is often the most intense. Why? Because before you overtake, you must release the final weights. The lingering doubts, the hidden guilt, the subtle beliefs that you are somehow still not ready. But here's the truth. You are ready. You've always been. Let's be honest now. Some days you still question it. You still wonder if this is really your path. If you're making it all up, if it's just wishful thinking wrapped in cosmic language. But let this truth anchor you. Imposters don't question their calling. Only the truly chosen wrestle with its weight. You're not delusional. You're aware. You're not fantasizing. You're remembering. And the memory is rising faster than ever. The veil is thinner now. Your sensitivity is not weakness. It's signal reception. You're not overwhelmed. You're tuning in. You're not behind. You're right on divine time. Everything is catching up to the frequency you've been holding all along. And soon, very soon, the outside will match what you've already seen inside. Do not slow down now. the old world will try to pull you back, not because it's stronger, but because it's dying. It will use nostalgia, it will use logic, it will even use fear disguised as wisdom. But you've walked too far, you've burned too much, you've sacrificed what couldn't come with you, and you didn't do all that just to turn around now. So breathe with this. You are not uncertain, you are unfolding, you are not waiting, you are transitioning, you are not lost, you are finally unbound. And what's coming next? It's not just reward, it's remembrance of who you are, why you came, and what's about to rise through you. In part 4, we will begin unlocking what this shift will birth, not just for you, but through you, because you're not just here to witness the change, you are the channel, and the current is ready. Are you chosen? But now that you see, now that you remember, there is something else rising through you. You were never meant to walk this path only for yourself. The healing you've done, the clarity you've gained, the truth you've reclaimed. It's not just for you, it's for them too. For the ones still trapped in the illusion, for the ones still begging the world to love them, for the ones who forgot how to see. You are their reminder. You don't need to preach. You don't need to convince. You don't need to explain. You simply need to exist fully. Your energy will do the work. Your presence will speak before your voice ever does. Because what you've activated inside cannot be hidden anymore. This is where your next assignment begins, to hold the frequency. Even when others try to pull you down, to stay anchored in truth. Even when lies surround you, to remain expanded, even when the world asks you to shrink again. This is not about performing, this is about embodying. You no longer chase impact, you are the impact. You've become a lighthouse now, and lighthouses don't chase ships. They just stand and shine through fog, through storm, through night. You shine, and those ready to come home will find you. But there is something else you must understand. As your light grows, so does the resistance. Not because you're wrong, but because you're real. Truth has always been disruptive. It rattles cages, it breaks spells, it cracks illusions, and not everyone is ready for that. You will trigger people, you will unsettle rooms, you will be misunderstood. Let it happen. Your job is not to be palatable. Your job is to be pure. Your frequency is not for approval, it's for activation, and the ones meant to find it will. Declare this now. I carry light that cannot be dimmed. I am a reminder of truth. 77. Let that be your shield. Let that be your sword. Let that be your song. Because you're no longer just waking up, you're helping others do the same. Chosen one. There are timelines opening around you, opportunities you never imagined, paths you never considered, rooms you never thought you'd walk into. And all of it? It's not random. It's resonance. Your internal alignment is now reshaping your external experience. What once seemed out of reach is now reaching for you, not because you forced it, but because you matched it. This is the acceleration. Things will move quickly now. Don't be alarmed. Don't overthink it. You're not losing control. You're gaining momentum. And as you do, you'll begin to see what all the waiting was really for. Not delay, but divine synchronization. Everything you carry matters now. Every scar, every lesson, every gift. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is random. Because now the call is not just to awaken, the call is to create, to build what didn't exist before, to become the bridge between dimensions, to hold the vision until it manifests. You are the dream walking in flesh. You are the future's memory made real. They'll look at you differently now. Not everyone will celebrate. Some will fall away. Let them. Your light will irritate the ones still hiding in shadows. Your growth will threaten the ones who refuse to evolve. But don't dim, don't shrink, don't bend. This is not the season for compromise, it's the season for clarity. You're not here to be liked, you're here to lead. And leading doesn't always look like power. Sometimes it looks like tenderness, like forgiveness, like choosing stillness when chaos calls, like holding peace when conflict rages. But don't mistake softness for weakness. Your gentleness is strategic. It disarms darkness. It soothes storms. It shifts rooms. Chosen one, you're not at the end of your path. You're at the launch point. Everything until now was preparation. Now the movement begins, not just inside you, but around you. Expect divine setups, expect unusual connections, expect rapid release, because now you're in alignment. And alignment is the greatest accelerant of all. Breathe this in. You are a signal in the chaos. You are a torch in the tunnel. You are a voice in the silence. What you carry is holy. What you radiate is needed. What you embody is remembered. Don't doubt your impact. Don't minimize your mission. You are not just part of the shift, you are the shift. And in part 5, we'll step into what happens when everything you've seen in the spirit starts to appear in the physical. But for now, stand tall, shine wide, because someone, right now, is looking for the frequency you carry. And when they find it, they remember who they are too. Chosen one, you're not imagining it. The things you once only sensed are now taking shape. The visions you received in silence are now being written into your days. The alignments, the timing, the people, the chances, they're not coincidences. They're confirmations. This is what divine timing looks like. You didn't miss it. You weren't too late. You didn't dream too big. What you saw in your spirit was never fantasy. It was a preview of what was always yours, waiting to meet you at the frequency of your becoming. And now that you've become, it's arriving. The realm you couldn't explain to others, the reality you felt but couldn't prove, the promise you carried in the dark. It's stepping into light. You are entering the visible stage of the invisible work. The harvest season has begun, and you are not empty-handed because you didn't just hope. You held, you believed, you endured. You stayed faithful to what was growing underground, and now the ground is breaking open. It won't all make sense yet. And that's okay, because this part isn't about understanding. It's about receiving. Let go of needing to control how it comes. Just stay open, just stay ready, just stay present. The miracles don't need your explanation. They need your agreement. And you've already given it. You said yes in your spirit, and heaven never forgot. Speak this now. I receive what is already mine. I walk in divine manifestation. 77. Let that echo through the field. Let it seal what's already moving. Let it activate what's already near, because your yes didn't go unheard. It went active. Chosen one. This is why it had to take time, because what's coming is not average. It's not surface level. It's not fragile. It's solid. It's sustainable. It's sacred, and sacred things are not rushed. You weren't being denied. You were being positioned. The pieces had to align. The room had to be built. The foundation had to be strong, because your destiny is not a decoration. It's a structure, and it's meant to last. That's why it felt like delay, why it looked like silence, why it sounded like rejection, but none of it was punishment. It was all preparation. You were never behind. You were being protected. What didn't work out was actually working for you. What you thought you lost was clearing space for what truly belonged, and now you're stepping into alignment with what has always known your name. Watch what begins to call for you. Watch who starts to notice you. Watch what opportunities find their way to your feet without striving. Because you're no longer chasing, you're attracting. Your frequency is the magnet now, and it's calling home everything that was always written for you. This is the shift you've waited for, not a change in luck, a change in you. And that change, it's changing everything. What used to exhaust you fuels you. What used to scare you excites you. What used to feel impossible now feels inevitable. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. Chosen one. The evidence is starting to show. In small signs, in quiet confirmations, in unlikely connections. Don't ignore them. Don't dismiss them. They're seeds, and they are proof that the unseen is becoming seen. Your reality is catching up to the prophecy you've carried inside, and it's only the beginning. You're not just entering a new chapter. You're stepping into a new dimension, one where you no longer beg, you no longer prove, you no longer shrink, because you've remembered who you are, and the universe is simply catching up to that truth. There will still be shadows, but they can no longer consume you. There will still be storms, but they can no longer shake you because your roots go deep now. Your foundation is no longer built on fear. It's built on frequency, on alignment, on truth, and that cannot be stolen. Whisper this: it's no longer becoming, it's here, and I'm ready. 77. You've waited long enough, you've prepared long enough, you've believed long enough. Now it's time to receive. In part 6, we step into the fullness of this manifestation and the responsibility it carries. Because when the blessing lands, so does the mission, and the world is waiting for what only you can bring. Get ready, it's already begun. But chosen one, before you run into what's calling you, breathe, because speed is not what unlocks it. Stillness is. You don't need to rush. You need to recognize that what's arriving isn't just an answer, it's a reflection of your healing, of your alignment, of the courage it took to stay when it was easier to disappear. This manifestation is not a reward. It's a resonance, a mirror to your inner world, a reply to the signal you've been sending, a tangible response to the frequency you chose to carry, even when it was heavy. And now that it's here, don't question it. Don't shrink from it. Don't second-guess your worthiness. You are not lucky. You are aligned. You are not undeserving. You are prepared. And with that readiness comes a new kind of protection. Not everything can go with you now. Not every connection can remain. Not every environment can survive your expansion. This isn't rejection. It's realignment, because manifestation brings exposure, not just of what's true, but of what no longer fits. And the version of you that once settled will be tempted to go back. But you've seen too much. You've grown too much. There is no going back, only forward. So walk in this season with open hands and clear vision. Stay anchored in what you know. Let peace be your signal, let discernment be your guard, and don't confuse stillness with stagnation. Sometimes the most divine move happen in sacred silence. Say it again: what I saw in the Spirit is now walking beside me. I welcome it with wisdom. 77. You are not just stepping into your vision is stepping into you, and it knows exactly where to find you, because you never stopped preparing. This is not the end of waiting. This is the beginning of walking in what you always believed. Chosen one, it's here. The door has opened. The moment has arrived. The shift is no longer coming. It has begun. You're not standing in waiting anymore. You're standing in fulfillment, but with fulfillment comes something deeper than comfort. It comes with responsibility. This is the part many don't speak about, because everyone wants the blessing, but few are ready for the burden it carries. But you were never like everyone else. You didn't just want the crown. You earned it. You bled for it. You prayed for it when no one saw. You refused to quit when everything screamed for you to stop. And now, heaven has responded, but not just with favor. With function. You are not just blessed, you are now entrusted. To walk with integrity, to speak with clarity, to serve without ego, to hold power without corruption. Because what's been given to you was not just for you. It's for every life your frequency will touch, every soul your presence will awaken, every space your light will purify. You are not just carrying success, you're carrying a signal. Say this out loud. I receive the responsibility of my becoming. I carry it with reverence. 77. Because this is no longer theory, it's embodiment. You're no longer talking about your breakthrough. You're living it. You're no longer waiting for alignment. You are the alignment. You don't need permission. You carry the proof, but stay grounded, because as your visibility increases, so does the weight of being seen. Not everyone will celebrate. Not everyone will support. Some will misunderstand. Some will project. Some will try to bring you back to what you've outgrown. Let them try. You don't answer to them. You answer to the divine assignment etched into your bones. Chosen one, you must protect what you've built, not from fear, but from wisdom. Not everything deserves your energy now. Not every door deserves to be reopened. Not every voice needs a response. Your peace is precious. Your clarity is currency. Protect it, because distractions multiply in the presence of destiny, and you didn't come this far to trade your calling for comfort. The world will offer many shiny things now. Fame, validation, shortcuts, shallow thrones, but you didn't survive the storm. Just to sit in the shade, you came to ignite something, to spark change, to stir souls, to remind the world that truth still walks in flesh. And you are the evidence. You are no longer the student of the storm. You are the authority over it. And that authority, it's not loud, it's not boastful, it's not prideful, it's quiet, humble, certain. It flows from the silence you didn't run from the pain you transmuted, from the love you chose anyway. This is not your peak. This is your platform. Now you build, now you lead. Now you become the safe space you never had because others are watching. Not your followers, but your reflections, the ones who carry pieces of your story, the ones who will walk through doors you open, the ones who don't yet. Believe until they see you, and remember, you don't have to convince them. You just have to keep becoming chosen one. Your name is rising in rooms you haven't entered yet. Your work is creating ripples in places you've never seen. Your presence is calling people you haven't even met, because your mission is not bound by location, it's bound by vibration. And the vibration is spreading. Anchor this truth. I am the living proof of the divine promise fulfilled. I walk forward with sacred purpose. 77. Let it settle in your soul. Let it vibrate through your body. Let it guide your next steps. You don't need to rush. You just need to move in rhythm, because the rhythm is no longer outside you. It's inside you. What's next? What you make of it. The foundation is set. The gates are open. The season has shifted. You are not entering potential. You are entering impact. This is where you pour out everything you've become, where your testimony becomes someone else's prophecy, where your scars become maps for those behind you, where your light becomes the sun for those still in their midnight. This is not the end. This is the evidence that what was once just a whisper was always real, that your tears were not in vain, that your silence was never empty, that your preparation was not a punishment, but a promotion. You are no longer hidden, you are heralded, and the heavens rejoice. So go now, with fire in your eyes, with stillness in your breath, with power in your walk, with truth in your voice. Let the world adjust to your new vibration. Let time bend to your divine rhythm. Let every step forward be a reminder that miracles don't just happen. They walk, they speak, they shine, and they wear your name, chosen one. As you rise, so does the weight of your presence. You've become light, but even light has structure. Even light must be directed, or it can be blinding. So now, more than ever, you must learn the art of holy restraint. You do not need to speak everything. You do not need to explain your glow. Let your silence carry what words never could. Let your vibrations speak before your lips do, because those who are meant to understand already feel it. What you carry is sacred, and sacred things are not shared casually. Guard your oil, protect your anointing. Don't dim it, don't flaunt it, just embody it. Let your posture become prophecy. Let your stillness become revelation. Because now, Even your presence is a message. This is where the true training begins. Before, you were hidden to be healed. Now, you are visible to be watched, not for performance, but for evidence. The evidence that divine favor exists. That alignment produces fruit, that obedience births results. You are not here to impress, you are here to remind that truth still has a voice, that purpose still has power, that God still moves through the unexpected. Declare this now. I was never chasing stages. I was being sculpted for service. 77. This is why the crowd isn't your confirmation. This is why applause means nothing now. Because when you were in the dark, no one clapped, no one saw, and yet you became. And that's the proof that your becoming was real. Now you walk into rooms not to be known, but to know, to see, to discern, to shift the atmosphere without saying a word, because light doesn't ask for permission. It just shines, and you've been lit from within. So walk carefully, but don't walk fearfully. Let wisdom lead, let love anchor, let legacy whisper. In every step, you were not trained in pain for nothing. You were not shaped in silence for show. You were not refined in fire for fashion. You were made ready for a world that's been waiting for truth in form. And that form is you. So carry this. Now not as a burden, but as a banner. One that reminds others it's possible, it's real, it's happening, and it's time.